You're listening to CBC Online at cbchs.org.
Everybody just have a good time. Yeah. And we gon' make you lose your mind. Everybody just have a good time. Let's go. Party rock is in the house tonight. Everybody just
3-2-1 CBC Online. We're visiting with CBC basketball coach Bob McCormack. Guys, coming off a pretty convincing win in the opening round of the DC World Cup tournament over Clayton. Tell us about the game a little bit. You guys had a little bit of a slow start, but you were able to kind of put together at the end, won by 30, I think.
Yeah, you know, it was kind of a Jekyll and Hyde game where we didn't get out of the gate very well, and that's something that we certainly need to improve on. But the second half, we came out and really dictated the tempo on both ends of the floor. We had 5 guys in double figures. Jared Barnes was just spectacular. He ended up with 10 assists, so he was really sharing the ball and dropping dimes. So it's good to see him back where he needs to be, and he's as good as we go because he's got the ball in his hands so much. So you know, I was very proud of the way Jared led our team last night.
So up next, you got an old nemesis for you, Ladue. People know that Bob coached at Ladue, obviously many years ago. But talk to us about Ladue, and I know you guys have played them before.
Right now, they are 9-3. They're an extremely intriguing team. Actually, they've got a big guy in the middle at 6'8". They've got a really good point guard, left-handed kid. They're a team that can sneak up and bite you if you don't prepare for them. And we started to prepare for them last night, and we'll do some more today and look at some film. But they're a team that you better have your head screwed on right when they throw that ball up, because they can certainly you know, get up and get a defend as well as score. They've got 3 guys almost in double figures. And again, they're fairly young, so they really have nothing to lose. And you know, we need to be prepared tomorrow night for this game.
Well, talk about that second round. I mean, you come back of a pretty convincing win in that first round. How difficult is it to get those kids kind of keyed into that second round, which is kind of a tricky sort of game, because you guys come in the top-ranked team, but Ladue's right there at, what, I think number 4, are they? And you know, how difficult is it to come back for that second round?
Well, it's certainly good from a coaching standpoint that we're playing at home. You know, with the tournament, you get three good home games right here in the middle of the year. But you know, it's one of those deals where you certainly can't take anybody lightly this time of year. You know, McClure found that out, and you know, they've lost a couple, one at Merrimack, and then they lost to Hazelwood Central. So even the really good teams know that it's a long year, and you prepare for each game the same way, no matter who your opponent is. So we'll look at Ladue and let them know that they are a very viable team that could beat us if we don't play well.
Now, coming off the court a little bit, you guys have had a lot of interest in a couple of your players, you know, Barnett for sure, from some top-level college coaches. I know you were just talking with the Illinois coach. You've had interest from Alabama and Butler. Talk to us about what is that process when you get some interest in kind of a top-notch recruit. How do you as a coach kind of handle that, and you know, what do you communicate to your players?
Well, first and foremost, I think it's important that you relay to the players who is looking at them, and it's also important that you be honest with the college coaches on where the progress of the player is. You know, you can't build a player up too much, and then the disappointment comes. There's a fine line between, you know, especially dealing with the players that they're recruiting right now. You know, some of them are sophomores. So that, you know, there's a progression stage that has to be taken. You know, nobody has a crystal ball that they can look in and see what you know, what Jordan Barnett or Ray Doby has, or even Patrick McCaw as sophomores. You don't know what they're going to be as seniors. You certainly will want to be optimistic about what they can be. But certainly you want to be honest, and you know, this is my 25th year coaching, and so I've had contact with a lot of college coaches, and I know first and foremost you need to be honest with them, and you know, more often than not, we've been lucky with, right now we have 12 players playing in college or the pros right now from our program, and we're very proud of that as a school and also a basketball program here at CBC.
Well, real quick, talk to us about how important that having that network is. I mean, even in up and down years, you're still making contact with coaches. You're still out there. You're still very visible. I know you go to the Final Four and meet a lot of NCAA coaches and what have you. How important it is as a coach at your level to keep that network going?
It's extremely important. Being involved on the national scale is extremely important for a high school coach, and that's one of the main reasons I go to the Final Four. It's not only a fun time, but it's also an opportunity to sit down with coaches and tell them about your program, tell them about St. Louis basketball, and that's where the phone calls come in during the year. You make those contacts, and they kind of know what you have, and you build kind of a reputation as far as your players going to college, being academically eligible to play immediately in college, and they just know. Barry Hinson told me one time at Missouri State, I'm never recruiting a guy that hasn't been taught how to play the game of basketball, and he said that's why we recruit from schools like CBC. So that was a very good compliment for our program here, and there's something to be said for that. So we try and develop the whole person here.
Just about a minute left here with Coach Bob McCormack of the CBC basketball team, and give us some of the names of some of the coaches you've kind of run into in these sort of environments, some real top level guys.
Well, yeah, I mean, guys like Bill Self and Roy Williams and Mike Krzyzewski. When Larry was being recruited, his 5 visits were Lon Kruger from Illinois, Roy Williams from Kansas, Jim Boeheim from Syracuse, Charlie Spoonhour, and Steve Fisher from Michigan. So those are the types of guys that you kind of keep in contact. Bruce Weber from Illinois is going to come into our practice on the 17th and look at our guys and see how we're developing. So those are the types of things that are not only great for our program, but great for the school and great for the young men to be accessible to those types of coaches.
Again, that's CBC coach Bob McCormack with your weekly basketball update. We'll check in with you next week, Coach.
Thanks, Rob.
CBC, Men for Tomorrow, Brothers for Life.